Hey guys, my name's Caleb, and in this video, we're going to be doing an update on Flow, the blockchain that was created by Dapper Labs, and it's by far my most requested video, and I wanted to clear up some misconceptions about Flow, and well, you guys will see. I'm going to talk more about the tokenomics and just make sure everybody gets a full grasp of what Flow is before they, love the coin or before they invest in it or whatever, okay? So, by the way, Bitcoin's up near its all-time high. Ethereum has had a fantastic week. I just made an update video, but over the weekend, it's kind of hovered around that $2,100. And then Flow, on the other hand, just in the last day, jumped 10%. We're almost up to 40. In fact, just a little bit ago, here, if I take the last 7 days, we did hit 40. It was like 42, actually almost $43. But I want to highlight some things that people misunderstand about Flow. Always before investing, just like I say in anything, really do your research. Don't just watch one video, even if it's mine or whoever else, or a couple videos and then invest. Always do your own research, learn from the source itself, and read and absorb as much data as you can. One thing that I want to talk about really quick is if you click onto Flow, by the way, guys, you can go over to flow.com, or I'm sorry, onflow.org, and you can look into the Flow token economics, how it was created, what the use case is, why they created this, and all that, okay? And then a big highlight I want to make is if you go over to About Flow, read the token economics, which is what I'm on right now, and the token distribution, okay? Read those entirely. I would recommend that before you invest anything heavy into Flow. If you're just wanting to like speculate and throw some money in there and kind of gamble and anticipate other people buying, that's different. But if you're a long-term fundamental investor like me, I highly recommend you read both of those. I'm going to highlight something I've highlighted before in this About Flow, which has always been one of my biggest concerns about the tokenomics of this coin, is the circulating supply, which I'm going to talk about that in a second. But the biggest thing I want to highlight, and before anybody leaves this video, I want to make sure everybody understands the difference between owning Flow, the blockchain, and owning Dapper Labs, okay? Because recently, a famous article that everybody's been talking about lately has been Michael Jordan joins $305 million investment in firm behind the NBA Top Shots. So Dapper Labs Buzzy NFT platform has generated over $500 million in sales since launch. And Michael Jordan himself, Kevin Durant, and 30 other athletes have invested in their most recent round of funding of $305 million. And I think the total, if you look here, the total current valuation of Dapper Labs is currently billion, okay? Now, that's well-deserved. I think Dapper Labs is a fantastic product, Dapper Labs has built a fantastic product in Top Shot and Flow. The team has done some amazing work and has some amazing partnerships that we've talked about plenty on this channel. But a lot of people have the misconception that if you invest in Flow, you are, owning part of Dapper Labs. Now, that just is not the case. Now, Dapper Labs created Flow, which is this token, okay? And they do own a very large portion of it. In fact, you can see it here. Here in the token distribution, there was, let me see if I can scroll all the way up and show you, 1.25 billion Flow, okay, created in the Genesis block, okay? That's what's going to be released. So 11% large backers, almost 9% small backers, community sales. So this is the main portion of what we're seeing right now. 29% ecosystem development, 18% in the development team, and 20% to Dapper Labs, okay? And then you can see here, read this yourself, 95 millions have been granted as incentives to the 90 individuals at Dapper Labs. And then Dapper Labs itself owns a reserve of 250 million tokens. Now, when I talk about the tokenomics, I'm talking about the distribution of these tokens. Now, I've talked about it on this channel before, and it may be boring. I hope not. If you're an investor like me, this should very much excite you, especially if you have been wanting to invest in Flow. This is something you should fully know anytime you invest in a token. A lot of people get excited about, something cool or some cool advisor or partnership that some token or company has, and they don't really look into, hey, how much is my tokens that I'm investing in going to be diluted over the next, 24 months, 3 years, 4 years, okay? So this chart shows just up to 4 years. We are currently right now just right in between these two, okay? Month 2 and month 3 to 11. We're actually in this phase right here. So we're not quite to month 11, which would be at the end of it, 72 million flow in circulation. If we go back to how much is in circulation right now, we're right about 30 million, okay? 30 million flow in circulation. So with a market cap of 1.1 billion, and it is currently ranked 88. Now, even at the end of this current spot we're in right now, at the end of that, what was it, 70 million? So if we maintain, let's assume we don't even go any further, okay? And we stay at $37 per flow token. And over the next, whatever it is, I think it's 7 more months. Over the next 7 more months, as those tokens are unlocked and enter the circulating supply, at the end of it, so let's say 70 million, okay? 70 million times $37. We're going to have a market cap of 2.5 or 2.6 roughly $billion at the end of that cycle, okay? Or that time frame. Now, that's not too bad, you might say, but for me, that's a lot of dilution over the next, 6 months or so. Okay. And then as you look here, you can see kind of how these are going to be unleashed and unlocked. But assuming that Dapper Labs, which is a reserve, okay, we talked about that up here a second ago, the 250 million tokens that they hold, and the collateral reserve and the foundation reserves, not including any of that. So assuming they don't sell a single one of those flow tokens or anything, in just around 4 years, we're going to have a fully circulating supply of 833 million. Okay, so let's just, assume we're not going to get, or let's not fast forward that much. Let's just go to 24 months, okay? Because that seems like a more realistic time zone and time frame for people that are investing. Even in just 2 years, or it's less than that now, this is about probably 18 months, we're going to have 607 million flow tokens in circulation. Okay, again, assuming Dapper Labs doesn't sell a single one, the foundation doesn't sell anything. Okay, so and this is assuming flow doesn't go up at all in price, okay, per token. $37 times, well, what did I say? 607 million. Okay, we're going to have a market cap of $22 billion. Okay, just to that's within 2 years. Again, not increasing a single dollar in the current price. That would take us to 22.5 billion in market cap, okay, which would put it, as of right now, again, these market caps are going to change in 2 years, but as of right now, just to give you an idea of how large that would be, that is right in between Uniswap and Cardano. So that is an absolute a ton, okay? And I want to clear that up, because what a lot of people misunderstand is, like I said, they think that whenever they're investing in, flow, they're investing in Dapper Labs. I'm going to play this clip really quick. This is on the Logan Paul Impulsive podcast. They actually talk about flow, and this is recently here, March 30th. They talk about flow, and I thought it was so funny when they talked about it. It kind of misconstrues and throws people off on what they're actually investing in. Let's listen.
Five tips. Do you invest in any other coins, altcoins, anything?
Yeah. So, because I couldn't keep my head around all the NFTs, right? Because there's just so many everywhere.
It's going to get worse.
Top Shots. Yeah. So I bought Dapper Labs. Flow.
You bought Flow?
I did.
We just talked about this.
I bought Flow.
Yeah?
I love her. She kills it in the commercial.
And here's the thing I like about Flow, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it. I think it's going to rocket ship. And here's why.
Is this financial advice?
Hell no. Do I look like a financial person? I got a pussy pink poncho. Dude. But what I like about it is it's international. So I'd like to use my international office to purchase it, right?
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So what happens when it comes US? US are gluttonous consumers. We're that way. Give it to me and give it to me right now, right? They're consuming these NBA Top Shots, but most of these people are like, what's a Top Shot? I agree. I was still kind of like, what's a Top Shot?
Sure.
But I understand what a coin is that owns those Top Shots or pushing them. There it is. I like the underlying. I think it's safer, right? I think that hype can be found around secular items, but it's pushed away when you make it very versatile. And they have all these brands. OMI, I think, is like another one.
And then they go start talking about OMI. But anyway, if you listen to that there, that's so common that people think that, you know, on Top Shot, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with Top Shot. Hopefully you are if you're invested or thinking about investing in Flow. They think that all the sales from these Top Shot, you know, packs and everything that's sold goes to the Flow token holders. But that's not true. This is owned and operated by Dapper Labs, okay? Now, the currency and the transactions are all happening on Flow, okay? So whenever it's initially sold, like this one, for example, $229 per pack that was sold. And this is just one pack drop, okay? And they sold 40,420. 40,420 times $229. They made out $9.2 million just on this one pack. Now that was Dapper Labs. And I'm not saying that they don't deserve that or anything. They made a fantastic product. People love it. There's a whole community behind Top Shot. What I'm trying to say here is that there's a distinction between the Flow token and Dapper Labs, the company. Okay. Now, all the secondary transactions, when people go and sell their stuff on the marketplace, that is just peer-to-peer sales. All that's happening on Flow. Actually, even the purchase on here, a portion of it does go to, you know, the Flow node, you know, nodes and stakers. Okay, but that's not the initial profit. I think that's kind of a misconception. Correct me if I'm wrong, and everybody already knew this, but from what I've seen and all of my comments, that's what a lot of people are thinking. I also wanted to highlight really quick, I know this is getting a long video, Flow just talked about this, and they just tweeted this earlier today. Gucci and other luxury fashion brands are poised to launch NFTs, and Gucci and then Flow, the official blockchain, they did this little like hush hush. They're starting to get into the luxury brand thing, just like Luxo. They're trying to steal some market share over there. You can read the full article here, but basically it's yeah, they talk about Versace and these other brands. They say I think they say on here they have 5 different ones that they're working with. And anyway, I highly recommend you read this article. You can Google it here. It's on the block, theblockcrypto.com. Article by this girl here. So sorry, I'm going to butcher that name. But anyway, that coupled with, I do want to say, in my last video, this is my video where I first talked about Flow, okay, February 16th. This is when I first talked about it potentially mooning. I want to say that I think when I made that video, let me go look at the price on February. Let's go back. Okay, what was that? February, when I made that video, February 16th. Okay, let's go back and look at the price of Flow when I made that video. February 16th, it was right at $17. Okay, and then since then, look at the attention that Flow Dapper Labs got. This is Google Trends. February right here, 14th to 20. We were way down here on the Google Trends search. And then since then, we had a massive spike, especially with Dapper Labs, NFTs, all in general got a massive spike. But we had that massive spike, and then we kind of calmed down a little bit. And even still, again, just to highlight the good things about Flow, we've kind of maintained a $40 Flow since then. So short term, if you're, you know, to sum it all up, I do think that Flow has some, you know, peaks and valleys to go through for sure. Long term, I just want to make sure everybody's aware of what they're investing in. So make sure you really fully understand the token economics, tokenomics they call it, behind it, and what you're actually investing in. And you know, you don't think you're investing in something you're not. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Also comment down below. I will get to all the comments in this video. So make sure you comment down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe. I do daily research inside cryptocurrencies and investments, and I am a fundamental long-term investor in especially Ethereum and a lot of cryptocurrencies that I believe in. So smash that thumbs up button, and thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next video.